Hello everybody, hi, Pavitra this side. I am back this time and I'm joining you from Pune. I have been here for an assignment and just happened to pick up quite a few books and thought of reading them. So I'll just show you the books actually. The first one is that I picked up is when Dimple Met Rishi, and the author's name is Sandhya Menon. She is the one. This is the one that I read right now and I'm going to be leaving a review about. The next one that I picked up is In the Name of God by Ravi Subramanian. So I read a lot of Ravi Subramanian's books. Mainly he writes about banking. Barring a couple of books, I have read almost all the books that he has read. The third one that I picked up is Sita, Warrior of Mithila by Amish Tripathi. So basically this is the second book in a series of 4 books by Amish on Ramayana. The first one was really good, and I hope that this one also lives up to the expectations. I got a few good reviews about it, by my friends. I'm yet to read through it and explore it. Right now, moving on to the review about this book, that is When Dimple Met Rishi. I see a lot of your booktube videos, and a lot of them, well, not from India, have spoken highly about this book, and that got me into picking up this one. And I realized that why is it that they are so awestruck by this book. It's primarily because of our culture, our Indian tradition, and the way the parents set our marriages, the arranged marriage setup. So that's what is kind of intriguing to these booktubers who are not based out of India, and they have given a very good rating for this book. Honestly speaking, since I'm born and brought up in India, at least most part of my life, and I understand what the culture is, how the arranged marriage setups happen, I was not really intrigued by this concept or while reading the book. But yeah, there are quite a few things about this book that I liked, which I will be speaking in a couple of minutes. Before that, I would like to tell you, give you a brief background about what this book is all about. So basically, it's set in US, in San Francisco. The protagonist, that is Dimple Shah, basically. She is a badass techie woman. She's in her teenage. She's about 18 years. She's just turned 18 years, and she's gonna get into Stanford. Yes, before that, she wants to take part in this coding competition, which is called the Insomnia Con, which happens in San Francisco University once a year, and she wants to take part in it and win the competition. But her parents, like typical Indian parents, want to set her up with some guy for marriage, and she's not that kind of a woman who goes for marriage or kids or any of that sort. She wants to live her life on her own terms. Her life is all about her career, her coding, her techie brain, and this app that she wants to develop. So she goes on to San Francisco University. She enrolls herself there, and it costs her a bomb, to take part in this competition, for which of course her parents have helped her out. They have understood that she wants to do it, but she feels that there is something fishy, and the reason being that her parents have tried to set her up with someone at the university when she's going for the competition, and that someone happens to be another main character of the story called Rishi Patel. So the parents are friends, and they talk to each other and decide to set their kids up. And the way they meet up is kind of funny, because the first lines goes something like this, that you're going to be my future wife and stuff like that, which is kind of very cheesy. She gets quite annoyed. Of course, who doesn't? Apparently, it happens that out of a group of about 25 groups there are, and 50 people, 2 in a group, these 2, they happen to be together in one. So it's a whole lot of things that happens in that campus during a span of 6 weeks. That's how long they get to stay there, and during those 6 weeks, what happens is a lot of masala, a lot of drama, a lot of love, romance, friendship, parties, short college life, gossips, everything that you see in a college life, everything happens there. One thing that I liked about this plot is that Rishi is just too sweet for her. He kind of tries to think through as to what are her expectations or what she would like, and just does everything for her, because his his heart is just melted for her. He's gonna get into MIT to do his engineering course, and she's gonna get into Stanford, like I mentioned earlier. But he's an artist, as in his passion is to sketch, just like her passion is to code. But he doesn't reveal himself to the world outside there. Dimple actually tries and understands him and does something for him, which I wouldn't want to reveal right now, otherwise it will be a spoiler one. So I was saying that he is an artist. He likes to sketch comics, but the way he has been brought up is living up to the expectations of his parents, just like any typical Indian kid would. And how Dimple kind of convinces him, or kind of makes him understand that this is not how he should be living his life, and what happens. And of course, Rishi has a younger brother, Ashish, and Rishi and Ashish are like poles apart. As I said, Rishi kind of tries to live up to the expectations of his parents, whereas Ashish wants to live his life on his own terms, just like Dimple does. And that's the reason Dimple and Ashish kind of get along pretty well. They kind of share a good sort of relationship. Their parties, their night out, everything is like super cool. Okay, one major flaw that I figured out was that, I mean, they're just 18. In India, who kind of sets their kids for a marriage at the age of 18? In India, it doesn't happen. Maybe in the rural areas, of course, it happens in the rural areas, but not in the urban ones, not in the cities. So when it doesn't happen in India, in the urban locations, how can this happen in the States? I mean, I understand they are Indian parents, but this is totally unacceptable. So that was one major flaw. It was a very normal book, primarily because I'm from India, like I had told you, and I did not feel that it kind of swept me away or anything. Okay, so I would give this book a 3 on 5 actually. Reading it was a light read. It took me about 2 to 3 days. And if any book kind of holds me into reading it completely, like a binge reader sort of a thing, or I being absorbed into it totally, then I would definitely give that book a 5 on 5. But this wasn't such one. So happy reading, guys, and read this book and leave your comments below. I would like to know what you think of this book, both Indians as well as those who are abroad. Please leave your comments, and we can have a discussion later on as well if you want about this book. Yeah, thank you, chalo, bye, and I will see you soon with another video.